Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Barnabas Bot. So what we're going to do today is we are going to do more wiring and coding, but we're going to do it in real life. So far we've used the Tinkercad virtual tool, which is pretty cool. It allows us to wire things virtually and then also simulate them to see what they do. And we even were able to do some coding on the Tinkercad as well. So that's nice, but it's always even better, to do it in real life. So here we go. If you see on your screen here, we have the breadboard here. The way that it works, right? Where all these rows, if it's on the same hole, if the hole is on the same row and on the same side of the valley, so this is one side and this is one side, then those holes are connected. If you missed that or need to review how the breadboard works, you can go ahead and go to the previous episodes on the Tinkercad and check that out. Okay, and this is going to look different. On the Tinkercad, we had the Arduino Uno. On the actual robot, we have the Barnabas Noggin, and then just for some extra knowledge, this right here is the Arduino Nano, which we've designed to plug into the Barnabas Noggin here. Now the cool thing about the Noggin is that you see these pin headers here, these black connectors here with these holes right here. And if you look at the white writing on the edge here, these match the Arduino Uno. So you have this row up here and then the row down here. So it's basically the same thing. It just looks a little bit different. Okay, and the reason it looks like this is that it matches the back of the robot. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And so let's go ahead and make a circuit. So I'm gonna change my view to the whiteboard here. Okay. And actually, let me rephrase. Even before making the circuit, we want to design the circuit. All right. So let's go ahead and draw here. I have my noggin here. And I'm going to use pin number 7, and we're using the word nerve. So nerve number 7, or pin number 7. Resistor, in order to slow down the electricity so our light doesn't blow up. And then we have a light. Plus and minus. The minus side of the light goes to the GND. So we actually did this in the previous video, but on Tinkercad, but I want to do this one in real life. Okay, and now so let's go ahead and wire this up here. I'm going to change my view here so you can still see my schematic up on the right there. Schematic is just the fancy way of saying the drawing of your circuit. Okay, all right, so we have our noggin here. Let's go ahead and grab our wires. And so this is for the expansion kit that includes a breadboard and also these wires here. All right. Now let's use just to stay organized here, let's use a green wire for the pin number 7. So we're going to take one side of the green wire and put it into 7. That is going to be right here, right? 7, okay? And then we're going to just put it anywhere. I'll put it on the top row right here, okay? So right now it's just pin 7's connected to that top row. Now if we look at our schematic there, let's follow along. 7 is connected to the resistor. Now, what resistor do we use? If you look in one of the bags there, you're going to see a resistor that's cut like this. Okay. This is actually a 470 ohm resistor, so I'll write that in here. 470 ohm. Okay. And with the resistor, it doesn't matter which side is which, so it just says on our schematic, it says connect one side of the resistor to pin 7. So pin 7's here, goes to here, and it's connected to this row. So any hole in that row is going to be good. So I stuck it right there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cross over the other leg onto the other side. Okay. And if we remember, if you go, these are on the same row, but they are on different sides of the valley. So this is not connected to that because they're separated by this valley. All right. Now going back and looking at our top right corner there, the other side of the resistor is connected to the LED right here. And which side? The positive of the LED. If you look in this bag here where we got the resistor, you're going to find, you should have 2 LEDs. Let's just grab one of them. They're both different colors, so I guess it'll be a surprise which one you grab. It doesn't matter which one you grab for now. Okay. Now the plus side of the LED, it's the longer side. So the plus is going to be this one. It's slightly longer. This leg right here is slightly longer, okay? So the plus leg needs to go in the same row as this resistor there. Just going to put it in. Okay? Now the short leg, I just went the second row there. Make sure you can see. Okay? All right, we're getting there. Now going back to the top right there. Let's see, the short leg, or the minus, I'm highlighting it, connects to G and D. So now I just need to connect that second row right here to G and D on my noggin. Well, let's use a black wire for G and D. So black wire to the second row there, and then this side to G and D. Now you're going to notice we have a G and D up here. Okay. We also have a GND, actually 2 GNDs down here. So it doesn't really matter, or there's even one over here, okay? It doesn't really matter, any GND works, okay? So let's just stick it in. There we go. All right, let's make sure you can see this. And we are looking pretty good. So I need to now connect this to my computer. I have a black cable here just because it's longer for me, and it's gonna make a better video for us. But yours is gonna be a blue cable. Okay, that's inside here. Yours is gonna be a blue cable. All right, so I'm plugged in, and let's now go to my computer screen, and let's go back. Here we go. All right. You see my breadboard up here, computer screen. All right. So in order to get here, you got to go to code.barnabas.com. That's up here. All right. And you may see when you go to the website, you may see something like this, block coding. Don't freak out. Just go to here where it says text code. Click that, and it becomes like this screen. All right. Cool. I'm going to move our little video camera down, okay, because we're going to need to check out these buttons here, upload and compile. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create our 2 functions, void setup and void loop. Now, if you remember from the previous video, the setup function, these are the things that run one time whenever the noggin wakes up, and then loop is the thing that runs forever and just cycles in a loop. So whatever code you put right here, where I'm at line 6 right now, but whatever code you put, all just as long as it's in between this curly brace and this curly brace, whatever is in there, it's going to just run over and over and over again forever, as long as the noggin here has power. All right, but the setup, the code here runs one time and then only one time. After that, it just jumps to the loop stuff and goes over and over. I go in a little bit more detail in the previous video, so again, if you need a review, go ahead and check out that video. Okay, so setup. So once our noggin here wakes up, we're going to code it to set up pin number 7 to be able to turn on the light. So what we do is we do say pin mode 7 comma, output. Okay. Now, a little bit more context here. Output means that we're sending a signal out from the noggin to the light. And that makes sense because light is like going out, right? It's emitting light. That's a light emitting diode, so it's out. Now, later on in the project, we're going to use inputs where we're going to be sending something from the outside world back into the noggin. And so in that case, you would use, instead of output, you would say input. Okay? But since we're sending out a signal, we're using output here. All right, so we set up nerve number 7 or pin number 7 as an output. That's cool. Okay. Now in the loop, let's go ahead and turn on the light. We just use digital write 7 comma high. Okay. So we're using pin number 7. We want to set number 7 to be high, which is going to turn it on. That's it. So hopefully it will work. All right, let's go up here, make sure our settings are correct. The board, it's not Uno, because we don't have an Uno here. We have a Noggin, so let's click on Noggin and just click upload. Okay, that's going to pop up. We click here and connect. And our light turns on. And my light is pink. Very good. Okay, so it's working. And in order to turn it off, I just say low, upload. And it turns off. Very cool. Okay, so that's kind of what we did on the Tinkercad. Now let's go the next level. I want to be able to make this LED blink. So we just think about it in our head. To make a light blink, you want to make it say off and then on. So right now it's going off because that's low. Then digital write 7 comma high will turn it on, right? And if we remember what the loop does, once we get to this command, there's no more commands down here, right? So let me just get rid of these empty spaces here, or empty lines. So it's going to go low, high, and there's nothing left. What's it going to do? It's going to go back to line 8 here, because it's going to go to the beginning of the loop and just keep going over and over again. So it's going to go low, high, low, high, low, high. So that should work, right? So let's go ahead and try that. Let's see if we see it blink. Okay. Now, some of you may have been expecting this already. You might have known that I'm kind of setting you up here. It's not really working. If you look at the light, it's just pink. Okay? I'm going to turn off this little overhead view, or I mean this light here, just so you can see the light a little better. Sorry about that. I also knocked down the camera. Okay. So you can see the light a little better. Okay. So it's just on. It's not actually doing the blinking. So what's going on? All right, so let's talk about this. The code right now is doing exactly what I've commanded it to do. So that's a good thing. But why is it not blinking? Well, it is actually blinking, but you can't see it because it's too fast. So here's the thing about the Noggin and computers. It processes instructions or commands super fast. So this is one command right here, line 8. It says turn the light off. And then this is another command, turn the light on. So it does that super fast, and then it goes back to number 8 and does that super fast, and it just goes back and on super fast. So right now it's going off on, off on, off on, super fast, and you can't tell because it's so fast. Okay? So what you have to do is actually slow it down. You have to tell it to chill out slow down. Okay, the way you do that is you add a delay. So after 7 low, I'm going to say delay 1000. Okay, so what this is going to do is that it's going to say wait here on line 9 and do nothing, just chill out here for 1000 milliseconds, which is the same as 1 second. Okay, and then another thing we want to do is after it turns on high, so when it turns on, I'm going to also chill out for 1000 milliseconds. All right, so what's going to do is now it should blink. We go off, chill out for 1000 milliseconds so that I can see that it's off. Then turn on, chill out for 1000 milliseconds so I can see it's actually on, and then so forth. And it'll just like continue. All right, so let's upload, see what happens here. We should be able to see it blink now. And now the light is blinking. Cool. And now let's do a little exercise. So if you want to make it blink faster, let's think, do we make the delay smaller or bigger? Well, if you want it to blink faster, we want to wait a shorter amount of period between off and on. So we want to do 500 or something smaller. So I'm going to do 500. Okay. There we go. It's blinking faster. And it's working. All right. So now that we have that, I'm gonna actually refresh this here. Do you see that when I scroll up here, line 12 disappears? So I have line 12 right now, right? And I scroll up and line 12 disappears. Here's just a little trick. Sometimes the website just kind of gets mixed up like that. You can refresh it, and it should be better. It won't do that anymore. Okay, just a little trick. Okay, so I'm gonna write some challenges up here. I'm doing this. I'm going to do a slash and a star, and another star and a slash. This is a comment, specifically a block comment. What it means is that, what I mean by that, anything in between line 1 and line 5 is actually just going to be a note. It's not going to be code. Okay, the star slash and the slash star and star slash allows the computer to know, like, don't process me. I'm just a note. I'm not an actual command. Okay, so challenge 1. I would like you to make the light blink as fast as you can, but make sure that you can still see it. Right? Because if you made it super fast, like if you put delay here 0, okay, if you put delay 0 here, it's going to be blinking super fast, but you won't be able to see it because it's going to be too fast. Okay, so what number is it that will work well where you can see it blink as fast as you can, but not so fast that you can't see it? All right, so that's challenge number 1. Then challenge number 2 is, let's make 2 lights blink. 2 lights, huh? How are we going to do that? Well, let's go to our chart here. All right. So I'll do this one with you guys. So let's do another light. And I know you can't see that, so I'll draw it down here. Another light and we're going to connect it to number 8. Let's do number 8. Now the resistor. Okay, it's a little weird line there, but it works. Number 8, we'll use a 470 ohm degree, or another 470 ohm resistor. And then the minus of the light still connects to GND, so we'll do that. Okay? Because this part is already connected. This part is already connected to GND, so if I connect this to here, it's also connected to GND. All right, let's go ahead and wire this up. Let me disconnect this. Okay. All right, it's kind of small, but it's up there on the top right there. All right, let's use a blue wire. Okay. And let's connect number 8 up there. And let's go down here just to not get confused. So I have my blue wire 8 going down there. I'm going to get another resistor. Okay, this one's right here. One side connects to 8, the other side connects to the other new row down here. And then what happens? Our light. We should have a second light inside here. Let's take the second light, and the positive, or the long leg, connects to the resistor over here, the new resistor row here. Okay, and then short leg goes to a new row somewhere. Cool. And then the short leg right here goes to GND, right? That's this where we have this dot on our schematic there. So that goes to GND. Now let's take a black wire, okay, and connect it to the short leg of the LED. All right, and then here's the challenge. Now that we know how the breadboard works and everything, I want you to think about where can I put this other side of the black wire? Where can I put it on the breadboard that is already GND? I know there's another GND over here on the noggin, but I don't want to do that. I want to use the breadboard. Where else is there already GND on the breadboard? Well, if you look at this black wire, which is GND, it's on this row over here, so we can just put it on the same row as that black wire. Boom. Okay? That's the beauty of the breadboard. Cool. Now I got 2 lights set up. Let's go to code and hopefully this all works. All right. So we're going to set up pin mode 8 because we're using pin number 8 as well as an output. And then this code right here makes the first light blink. So I'm going to copy it, do a Control C here, and I'm going to paste it, a Control V here. Alright, so right now it's exactly the same, but instead of 7 I'm going to do 8 because pin number 8 is controlling this light here. Alright, so if I do this, I should have the first light blinking and then the second light blink, and then it'll go back to first light, second light. Alright, let's see. Hopefully this works. Uploading. Oh, I forgot to plug it in. Let's plug it in. Okay. Okay, so they're both blinking. But it's not blinking like the way I want it. See, you see right now, it goes while the other light is blinking, the other one is on. So what I mean by that is, let me say it again. While the pink light is blinking, the blue light is also on, and vice versa. Okay? So so now that we have two lights blinking. So it's blinking, it doesn't matter how it blinks, but they're both blinking. I want you to make it like this. Make two lights blink, but while one light is blinking, make sure the other light is off. So in other words, you will only have one light on at a time. Okay? It's a little challenge. Challenge number 4. Once you have that working, let's do, turn on the lights back and forth. So what does that mean? What I mean by that, let me just unplug this, is that I'll just go pink, and then it turns off, and then right away blue, and then blue turns off, and then right away pink. So it just goes like pink, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue. Okay? See how that works. You just have to change, these commands in here. Okay? And then I'll throw this last one out. Blink both lights in synchronously. I feel like there might be a better way to say that, but they blink like both are on, both are off, both are on, both are off, both are on, both are off, like that. Okay, how would that work? Okay, those are 5 challenges for you to try. Have fun with that. So after this, the next thing we're gonna do is get more advanced with the blinks, and we're gonna do something called Morse code, where we're gonna change the pattern, the speed of the blinks in order to send messages. Okay, so that's it for now. Have fun with that. If you have any questions, feel free to leave in the comments or send emails. Have fun.